What's going on, guys? X here from NTP, and I'm back again with a very special video today. We are doing a Friday the 13th special because today is in fact Friday the 13th. So we have Jason Voorhees here and Freddy Krueger. Jason Voorhees because, you know, it's referencing Friday the 13th today, and Freddy Krueger here just because I wanted to reference my favorite horror movie of all time, Freddy vs. Jason. Yes, I love horror movies, and I especially love slasher films like, you know, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, and my favorite one of all time is where they did a crossover between the both of them, and it's Freddy vs. Jason. It is my favorite horror movie of all time. Not very appropriate for kids, but some parts at least. But otherwise, it's an awesome movie, and it's actually got its moments pretty funny, but it's a great movie. And I thought, what better way to celebrate Friday the 13th than by doing both these? You'd think we'd save these for like a Halloween kind of ish thing, but Friday the 13th doesn't come, you know, every month. And in fact, the next Friday the 13th this year, the only one left, is going to be in November. Because we were looking through this, because we actually decided to do this last month, when it was Friday the 13th. And we were, you know, talking about doing a Jason Voorhees skit, and it's like, oh, the next one's coming is in March, and it's like the one after that isn't until November, so if we're going to do it, better do it in March. So here we are, doing this now, taking a little bit of a break from Hermitcraft, just for like a couple days, like basically for the weekend and maybe a couple days into it. So, yeah, I'm on spring break now, but this may come out a little late today, but otherwise things will be back on schedule. It's just because I didn't get to film this until later today, so this is going to be coming out a little late, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and get into the dimensions and stuff. You guys should know these. I feel pretty good about the skins. I designed them myself. Feel pretty good about them. Especially Freddy's skin. He actually looked out. It ended up looking pretty dang good. But yeah, except for the claws. I'm not really happy with how his claws turned out. It's the best I could do for him. And then as for Jason here, his machete, it would have been much longer, and it would have been extending out from his body, but it would have been affecting with the spawn here, because I decided to put him up here around this area. You'll notice I have a wall over there hiding some stuff, but this is supposed to be the movie area. Figured right here we put like Michael Myers and a bunch of horror movie films, you know, like around here, a bunch of serial killers and stuff. So this might be like a little horror movie area. Over there might be, I don't know, Disney. Quite the jump from horror movies, but we will do it. So, but like I said, let's get into this now. You know, weapons aside and everything. So, dimensions. That's the same for both of them, except, you know, when we get to the head. So, legs here are 8 by 4 by 12. The torso is 8 by 4 by 12, and the arms are attached to the line of the torso, and they are 4 by 4 by 12. And the heads are 8 by 8 by 8. And on Jason, we have no hat effect. Not, you know, nothing with this hockey mask or anything. And then when it comes to Freddy here, we have his hat, of course, that comes out on all sides here, as you can see. So, those dimensions are linked by width by height, and will be in the description. So, and as usual, I'll have pictures in the plastic texture pack at the very end, so look out for those. It might be a little bit harder with some of these, because I realized that stained clay actually doesn't give you the grid lines like wool does. But Jason, he's made, the majority of him's actually made out of clay, and Freddy's got a lot of chunks on him too that are made of clay. So just a heads up. In fact, I think Freddy's face, yeah, his head is entirely made of clay except for the eyes and the mouth, because all that is clay. That's hardened clay and red clay. So I mean, he is totally clay. But I'll still have pictures at the very end of the plastic texture pack. So you know, either way. So let's start over here with Jason. In fact, let's go ahead and get rid of his machete here. Let's get rid of the weapon. I took a picture of the weapon. You know, it's got stained cyan clay, and then red, and then it's just stone. The hilt, I believe, was gray. So we'll also get rid of Freddy's hand here, his claws. They're just made of gray, as you can see. They just, you know, he's got his glove on. It was really hard making that, you know, with the room I have. I didn't want to make it like a giant hand, because it's not supposed to be like that. It's just some claws on his hand, so I didn't want to make it huge. So it just ended up being what it was. But all right. Let's get to the front of the pants here on Jason. So all the way around, it's just the shoes are blocks of coal, and then his pants are black. So yeah, he's just wearing black pants with like black boots, So really no other way to do that than blocks of coal and black wool. So just 2 layers of blocks of coal and then 10 layers all the way up of black. So let me move on to the torso, which is very, very detailed because he has like a muddy-ish jacket on. So, okay, there's a lot going on here. First off, we'll start with like the hands and the shirt on the inside. So his hands, he's wearing like black gloves and like a black like ripped up t-shirt with like black underneath it. So the gloves and the shirt, those are blocks of coal. The rips on it are like black wool. You see his skin showing there. That's actually light gray stained clay, kind of like for his deformish like color of skin. And then the jacket is a mixture of black stained clay, brown stained clay, and brown wool, because it's like really muddy and tarnished and everything. So it was really interesting designing this. There were a lot of options I went with, but this came out looking pretty good, I think. I was happy with how this turned out. So there is that. Moving over here to this side, because both sides are different, by the way. It's not going to be, you know, like our normal skin. So same colors. We have the glove showing there, black or blocks of coal, and then black stained clay, brown stained clay, and brown. So you should be able to make out where the brown stained clay is and where the brown wool is, because the brown wool kind of has a different texture on it than the brown stained clay. So also a little bit of different color. So if you can't tell on here, you'll definitely be able to tell in the plastic texture pack, because the brown wool looks incredibly different from the brown stained clay. So same colors though, again, blocks of coal, black stained clay, brown stained clay, and brown. There's really no specific pattern to it. It's just kind of speckled everywhere, just because I wanted to give him like a muddy jacket. So that's really what's going on here. Is just mud and it's tarnished everywhere from being like underwater and stuff, you know, from being in is it Crystal? I want to say it's Crystal Song Lake. I don't know if that. I don't remember it's Camp Crystal something. I don't remember. I feel bad because I love Friday the 13th and I can't remember what the name of the of what the camp is. If someone knows, leave it in the comments, please. But yes, so and here's the other side, of course, different from the other arm. So blocks of coal, black stained clay, brown stained clay, and brown. And of course, you know, this video might be a bit longer than usual because we're doing 2 skins, and I'm kind of carefully going through each of them. So. And here's the top of this one, top of this shoulder, you know, with the brown stained clay and the black stained clay and the brown. So there's that shoulder. Now I'll show you this shoulder, because I did do a little bit of detailing on them. Although this one is different. So brown stained clay, brown wool, black stained clay. All right, moving on from that to the face now. So obviously he has a hockey mask on that is white with red and black for the eyes. I mean, I try to make the eyes look evil, like he was like ticked off, because you know, he's mad all the time because people killed him, and but then he has a light gray stained clay for, like, you see the corner of his head where the mask just doesn't cover. So you have that. Coming around here to the side, he's got gray scattered in with the light gray, you know, clay, and then, you know, brown for the strap and this and stone and the white and the red for the mask and all that. But I try to get, like, you know, strands of hair here. That's what the what's supposed to look like is his what's left of his hair, kind of. Because I did see several pictures. Because I designed these by looking at pictures on Google. A lot of the pictures that I saw, he had like tarnished hair, so that's what I tried to recreate here with just gray. I probably could have chosen a different color for the skin, but you know, whatever. There's the back, gray, light gray stained clay, and brown for the strap on his head. So, yep, there is that. And coming around here to this side, it's a little similar to the other side as far as like the strap and everything goes. You know, the white from the white and red for the mask, the brown for the strap, the stone for the little clipping on the mask. Then, you know, light gray stained clay, gray for the hair, or the strands of hair, I guess I should say. Not really hair at this point; it's just kind of gone. So, then we get to the top of the head here. Same colors as the sides: red, white, brown, stone, light gray, stained clay, and then gray. So, there is Jason after you fill that out. Now let's move right on to Freddy, wasting no time. So, front of the legs here. Oh, it's it's pretty much the same as Jason. He's just wearing brown shoes with really dark brown pants. It's kind of harder to design Freddy because he changes outfits a lot, or it seems like he changes colors a lot. Especially designing his shirt. because it looks, it's like the stripes change, but I'll get to that in a second. So the pants, of course, brown, black stained clay, you know, 2 layers of brown, 10 layers of black stained clay all the way around. You got that? Good. Okay, moving on to the shirt, as I was saying. So the shirt, the stripes change a lot, but he's wearing this Christmas sweater, or, you know, he's supposed to be wearing this Christmas sweater. So it's green stained clay and red wool, and then his skin, of course, is hardened clay, just regular hardened clay. And then the other parts of his skin, like the burned parts that are showing, like the blood, I guess, that's showing, is the red stained clay. And then the glove over there, that's just brown. So as I was saying about the Christmas sweater, it's really hard to distinguish how I was going to make this, because I saw a lot of different pictures where the stripes, like it's red in something. It's definitely red in some other color. Sometimes it looks black, sometimes it looks like red and brown. You know, other times it looks red and green. I've seen a lot of people like make him with red and green, or a lot of like other versions of him being red and green, so that's why I chose green, because it was supposed to be a Christmas sweater. But I have seen a lot with brown and black instead of the green. So if you want to make that brown or black, then, you know, go ahead. Whichever version you prefer, whichever you think he, you know, it looks like, then go for it. But I went ahead and made it with green here. Actually, that might be lime stained clay. No, it's green. I'm fairly certain it's green. If it's not, then make it lime. It's one of the two. I'll figure it out in the description by the time the description comes. So if you can't decide, then I'm fairly certain, just look in the description, it'll say. But green stained clay, red, brown, spruce wood. Very simple. So, and then these stripes, of course, these all just wrap around. Really, it's just stripes all the way around his body. The hand and the glove are the only thing that's different. It's supposed to look like his sleeves are torn, you know. So, red stained clay, hardened stained clay, brown wool. Very easy here, very simple. And then red and green stained clay, you know, for the shirt. And here's the other side. It's a little bit different from the other side, so different rips and stuff. So red, green stained clay, hardened clay, red stained clay. So now moving on to the face, the part that I'm actually probably the proudest about. When I was making the body, I was like, okay. But when I got to the face, I was like, yes, he looks like Freddy. So hardened stained clay for the skin. The other like burned parts, the blood parts that are showing, red stained clay. Mouth is white. Hey, you know, the eyes are white. Eyes are black, and then the hat is black stained clay. So like I said, his head's pretty much all stained clay except for the eyes and the mouth. But yes, I'm really happy how Freddy turned out. Just how the designs around his head, the burns and everything, because I was not sure at all how I was going to do that, but I kind of came up with a random pattern that looked pretty good. So again, black stained clay, hardened clay, and red stained clay. Which I think it looks a lot like him, because if you compare the colors on Minecraft compared to how his skin looks, the only, like, closer thing can be maybe orange stained clay, or something like that, because orange wool is way too bright. Because his skin isn't normal skin because it's burned. So it's really weird. Hardened stained clay, red stained clay, you know, black stained clay. You probably don't need me to say it, but I'll say it anyway. It's really weird, though. So I'm really glad how it turned out. I'm really happy how this turned out. So I kind of like Jason more, though, just because of the jacket and stuff. I love how the jacket turned out. But yeah. So here's the last side here. Again, red stained clay, hardened stained clay, or hardened clay, not, and then black stained clay. Hardened stained clay. It's stained by the color hardened. I wonder what that would look like. And then just fill in the top here, you know, with black stained clay, and then you're done with Freddy. And if you made Jason first before you made Freddy, you have made both Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. So yep. You can make their weapons, like I said, if you want. I took pictures of them, even though I really didn't show them here. They're in the plastic texture pack if you really want to check them out. But I'd probably recommend making better weapons than I did. I think the machete came out looking pretty good. But if you can make like different claws or gloves for Freddy, then I would probably recommend doing that. So yeah, and if you can make a better machete than I did, then go ahead, make it a lot better. Make it bigger, actually coming out of his hand. Don't have it going down like that. It looks kind of stupid, I think, with it sitting down by his leg. It looks kind of dumb. So you probably want to have it like sticking out like he's ready to stab someone. Or you can make him stabbing someone. There you go. That's an idea. Have like Jason and Freddy like killing your statue world. Wow, that'd be really morbid. That'd be kind of cool though. and really freaky. You do that for Halloween. Do it for Halloween, guys. Do it for Halloween. Have Jason and Freddy turn against your whole statue world and start killing all the skins. You could have skins that look terrified, like running away. That actually sounds really cool now. I think of it. It sounds terrifying, but really cool. Halloween ideas! Alright. So, as far as making other horror movie characters, though, we're going to put that off until probably Halloween time. Because, like I said, Michael Myers could go right there and have, you know, like the big three, like Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, and Michael Myers. Probably put Michael right there, and others, like, around him. So, we might do a lot more horror movie characters around Halloween time. But that's not coming until October. So, we have a lot of time until then. So, you'll just have to bear with us if you want more. I'm sorry, we're going to put this off until it seems more of a time, or if people really, really want us to, we could do some, like, you know, after a little while. But we have a lot of other plans for other things first, so, you know, even still, this kind of stuff is going to get put on the back burner for a while. But if you guys have any other requests for other movie characters, maybe Disney characters, or other horror movie characters, like, for the future, let us know in the comments, and of course, YouTubers and skin pack skins and mobs, all those things, custom stuff, maybe. Let us know, and yeah, so... But that's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, we will see you for the next one.